listed on the slide. We do have a short time frame. Our deadline is November 1st. So between now and the end of the month, we'll be finalizing the ballot. So we would love for you to consider a leadership position on the executive committee. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. All right, so our agenda today is we are going to talk about some culinary techniques. We're going to have a really fun menu challenge, and we're going to talk about some resources. So we're going to just jump right in. Before we share our culinary technique, I just want to kind of give you an introduction to what that menu challenge means. And we are going to do something like Chopped, and with a school nutrition twist. So the goal will be that you will have ingredients that must be used to plan a reimbursable school lunch meal, and we'll break you up into teams. The goal will be to design that menu and then kind of create a decorative menu to showcase that lunch menu. So the first thing we're going to do is watch a quick video showcasing one of our mystery items, and that will show us the culinary techniques used to prepare that item.
Hi everybody, my name is Chef Andy Montero and I'm part of Chef Cindy's K-12 culinary team. I'm excited to introduce one of your recipe roundup ingredients, butternut squash. So the first thing we want to talk about is peeling this fantastic vegetable. There are two different types of peelers you may find in your kitchen, a traditional standard peeler and a Y peeler. The standard peeler is a little bit difficult to use on this product. I would recommend a Y peeler as it allows you to lay the squash down, it's a little bit more sturdy, and give it a peel. One of the other things that you can do, this is a great kitchen hack, is if you actually blanch your squash, something this size, for about 8 minutes in the steamer and then cool it back down, it is much easier to take the skin off. So let's take a look. See how easy that comes off? This product is going to be cooked anyways, so it really doesn't change the texture of the flesh much. We're going to go ahead and peel all of this, but of course, as you know, with butternut squash, it's perfectly fine to leave the skin on if you're going to be roasting it. That's good enough for our demo today. I'm going to take our knife and split in half. Remove our seeds. Cut to your desired size. I'm going to lay this flat so it doesn't roll around on me. I'm also going to cut this in half so it's a little bit easier for me to maneuver with this size knife. Cut it in half, and into quarters, and for this exercise we're going to cut it into 1-inch chunks. Good luck with the rest of your ingredients and the contest.
Okay. So we got to introduce to one of our mystery items, and now let's see the other items in our mystery cooler. So we have butternut squash, chicken, and you can use any type of chicken, apples, and fun fact for today is National Apple Day. So we have apples on our menu. You can use your choice of grain. So any grain that credits towards a reimbursable meal is allowable. And of course, your choice of milk. So let's just kind of cover what we're going to do in those breakout groups. We'll have 15 minutes on the clock, and you'll decide your team name. Right now, it's just group numbers, and that's fine. But if you'd like to come up with something more creative, we would encourage you to do so. And then you're going to plan the best school lunch menu using all of the mystery ingredients, which of course were butternut squash, apples, chicken, grains, and your milk choice. And then you're going to create a decorative menu to showcase that planned menu. So our facilitators we have facilitators for each session. And they will be in a Google PowerPoint slide deck, and you'll be able to decorate your slide in that deck, and then we'll be able to share that at the end when we come back together. So you'll have 15 minutes. The other thing we'd like your breakout groups to do is designate somebody to be that spokesperson. So when we come back together, in 15 minutes, then your spokesperson will share your planned menu. You'll have about a minute or so to share that menu and tell us all about it. And we'll show what you had designed on that PowerPoint slide. And then after every group has had the opportunity to share, then we will vote on which is the recipe roundup champion for this. And we are encouraging you, when you do vote, that you would vote for a different group than your own. So Josie is going to split everyone up into groups. We're going to have 15 minutes on the clock. What will happen is you're going to get a pop-up box that asks you to click join to be placed into your team. So definitely click on join, and then you'll be in your groups. You'll get a 1-minute warning for the group time ending, and at the end of that minute warning, it'll just bring you back to this main group where we will get to showcase and share the menus y'all designed, and see who is our recipe roundup winner.
We should do this more often.
I just want the suggestions that people made to be delivered to my house for dinner.
Me too.
Yes. I needed a snack before I came on here. Talking about all of this food is making me hungry.
For a family of 5, Dale?
Yes. For a family of 5 that includes a 2-year-old and a 6-month-old. I think they would eat, well, actually, I already have dinner planned for tonight, but it was so fun to hear all those things.
I roasted a spaghetti squash at home during my lunch today for dinner later. So I'm very happy that now I'm very in the mood for any kind of squash, really.
You're very on track. I mentioned it in the chat, and somebody said they had cooked one of them, but we got from our CSA, these little butternut squashes. They're called honey nuts. They're only about this big. So I think they're better size-wise for smaller groups of people, but I also think sometimes, although chef did a beautiful job of peeling his butternut, sometimes I don't like to peel a big butternut, and these have really soft skins. So try them if you find them.
Yeah, Dale, I tried to grow them. I tried to grow a variety of honey nut this summer. It's like a what did they call it? Like a trial seed from from row 7 seeds with Cornell. And it had a code name, 898. Doesn't even have a name yet. And unfortunately I managed to kill the plant, but next year. But I made some honey nut squash last weekend and they were fantastic. They're much sweeter than
it looked to me like it would be good to garden with too, because it's that small and you wouldn't have to have a huge area for your taken over by squash.
Yeah, they're like the size of my palm. I mean, they're small.
All right. So are we ready to share our menus? And I forgot to mention earlier that our winning menu will win a prize. Our team that has the winning menu wins a prize. So, all right. So group 1, do I have a volunteer from group 1, Pinch of Salt, to present?
And we didn't get that far to elect a person. So I'm gonna, because we want group participation, Julie or Valerie, would either of you all like to be our presenter? No, they're quiet.
I will. I was waiting to see if Julie wanted to.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
Awesome.
So we are Pinch of Salt group. Our menu item is a harvest bowl. We are roasting some diced chicken with kale, some herbs, butternut squash, and diced apples over brown rice. So that's how we're serving our bowl. We will boil the chicken and shred it or dice it. We will roast the diced squash and the apples. Hold on one second, gotta move my screen so I can see the rest of the words. With sage and fennel because it's very harvesty. And then in a 12-ounce bowl, we will portion the brown rice, a half cup of it with a number 8 scoop of chicken and of the vegetable apple mixture. And then one bowl will provide a half cup of grain, 2 ounces of chicken, a 1/4 cup of red orange, and we didn't have enough time to get it typed, but we were typing a 1/4 cup of dark green for the kale as well. And then a 1/4 cup of fruit should say a half cup fruit. And that's ours.
And milk.
Milk. Yes. We didn't have time to type that at the bottom.
Great. Thank you. Okay. All right, our next group is local harvesters.
This is Emily Mattern from Michigan. I'm our spokesperson. Our menu is oven roasted rosemary chicken thighs, USDA commodity, bone in, a harvest mixer with roasted butternut squash and Granny Smith apples, and then a whole grain savory bread pudding for our grain component and a variety of milk. And then for marketing, we were talking about doing a Zoom call with a culinary demonstration for the students to see about the vegetable fruit mix.
Great. Thank you. Oh, okay. So this is your slide with your nutrition education and Zoom.
Yes.
Yeah, got it. Okay. Group 3.
Hi, I'm Kelsey Fruce. I'm from Pleasanton, California, and I'm going to present for Group 3. I don't see our menu on the slide, but I will go for it and then hopefully it will pop up.
Okay.
So we used a brown box 8-cut chicken, and we were going to do a gochujin chicken, which is like a Korean style chicken, and pair that with an ancient grain salad. And Uncle Ben's makes a great ancient grain mix. So we were going to do some roasted butternut squash and some hopefully brown box cranberries mixed into that grain. So then we would serve our chicken over our grain. And then to get our apple in there and just add a little sweet to the savory, we would do an apple chutney. And then we would serve our milk on the side.
Great, thank you.
And there it is.
Okay, can I have a volunteer from Triple S?
Hi, I'm Sherry Coleman Collins. I'm a registered dietitian in Atlanta, and I work with the National Peanut Board. And our team was the Triple S. And like Team 1, we decided to do a harvest grain bowl as well, but we decided to serve it as a customizable bowl so that the students could choose what they wanted for their base. So they could choose a whole grain rice blend, or they could choose a pasta. And then to that, we would add their choice of meat or meat alternate. So definitely using some seasoned chicken, but also giving them the option of an oven-baked tofu. Likewise, they would be able to choose their vegetable, including a roasted butternut squash and sweet potato mixture, as well as seasonal greens. And then they could pick their fruit, including the roasted and spiced apples and dried cranberries. And then they could top it with their choice of sauces, including a homemade peanut sauce or an apple cider vinaigrette. And then we were talking about also offering some toppings for them, like chopped peanuts, or if they didn't choose the cranberries, maybe they might have that as a topping. And of course, we would serve that with milk.
Thank you.
This is Dale from Group 5. Actually, Sharon Maynard is going to present for us. She wants to unmute herself. I love how different groups have delved into different detail, but Sharon will tell you what we talked about for our menu.
Hi, everyone. I'm Sharon Maynard with the American Dairy Association Mideast, and really enjoying this fun interactive day that we're having. So we incorporated both local and seasonal into our recipe. And so we started with a roasted butternut white chicken chili. We had white beans and we used our roasted butternut there. And Michigan, we had a person on our call from Michigan, and they were known for apples. So we were making a Michigan apple cinnamon muffin. And Dale mentioned that they had cinnamon rolls in Montana with their chili traditionally. So that would be a traditional taste for that area of the country. We also wanted to have a seasonal vegetable, and spinach and kale being in season right now, we thought we would have some shredded pears in there with an apple cider vinaigrette. And of course, we would have assorted milk. And so that was our menu.
And by the way, that's my mistyping there. It should say spinach kale mix. I wasn't trying to really emphasize Michigan, although I know that's making Emily and Alice Joe and probably some other people really happy, but no, it's a spinach kale mix.
Yeah, and I mentioned that West Virginia was known for apples too, so that brought us into the picture a little bit.
Great. Okay. Group 6, Fantastic Four. Jeannie?
Yes, so
Yep, that's me. Hi, everyone.
Riley's going to do our presenting.
Thanks, Andy.
Hi, everyone. I'm having so much fun watching the closed captioning as it comes across, because Go Jujung chicken was go to gym chicken, which made me really laugh. I thought that's good. Anyway, we are the Fantastic Four, and I'm the spokesperson. My name is Jeannie Riley, and I'm a school nutrition director and dietetic technician from the state of Maine. We are going to be serving a creamy butternut squash macaroni and cheese, please, served with a grilled chicken topper, for which you can use the USDA brown box grilled chicken strips. With that, we're going to serve a fall apple farro salad, and then we'll serve it with milk. I think that was it. I don't see, I feel like our creativity ended up being a big link on the screen here.
Oh, you know what? I fixed that in the original. Like, if you pull up Sarah, if you pull up the actual document, that's not on there. I fixed that.
Oh, okay. Let me see.
Because we have a picture of our beautiful butternut squash macaroni and cheese on the correct document.
So anyway, it was really, there you go, macaroni and cheese. And we were going to call our salad a apple farro salad with a picture of farro in there. But sounded delicious. And we had a little help from our district chef who is sitting in the office with me here, listening to this creative teamwork. And we decided this would be a really great thing to do with our staff.
Fun team building.
It's great.
I think it's cheating a little bit, Jeannie, to have an extra chef in the mix, really. But
so we're the Fantastic Five.
Yeah, I mean, at least be honest that you roped Ryan into this.
I did. We did.
Okay. How about our child nutrition fanatics?
So we didn't get to nominating someone to discuss this. This is Heather, and I was the facilitator. So if someone would like to step up and present, or I can take it. Okay, I'll take it. So we went with the sage boneless chicken thigh and a butternut squash and apple hash, and then a cherry crisp for the fruit, a honey wheat roll, and ice cold milk. And we went with the sage because we were thinking fall flavors, and sage on your turkey at Thanksgiving is so good. So we kind of incorporated that. And then the butternut squash and apples mixed together just sounds really good and fall themed.
Great, thank you.
Hi, this is Katie Bombach with National Dairy Council, and my group was Stephanie Dove and Nancy Rice. And we oddly chose our name last. We decided to do the menu first and then name ourselves after the menu. And so we went for falling for school lunch to go with the fall theme. But like everybody else, our concept was all around the harvest and bringing those fall flavors into the menu. And so we did a roasted chicken drumstick with cinnamon roasted squash and some local apples, and then a rice pilaf with cranberries, and of course a variety of milk, including 1% flavored milk because we have a USDA waiver. And then if you go to the next slide, we did a picture concept of our harvest lunch, incorporating some of the face masks, which we're also accustomed to make it more relevant and fallish and again, relevant to the times.
Great, thank you. All right, our group 9 curious cooks.
Hi, we are the Curious Cooks, and we decided that a fabulous fall grain bowl would be on our menu, and it features a roasted butternut squash with a shredded chicken. We imagined a roasted chicken and the flesh pulled from the bones so that the bones can be used to braise the collards that are also on the menu, and along with a sage scented brown rice as the grain for the bowl, with diced fresh apples. And for our alternate fruit choice, cinnamon apple juice poached pears. And then of course, milk along the side in an assortment to choose from.
All right, wonderful, thank you. Okay, last but not least, got the perfect 10.
All right, so our group is the perfect 10 because we are group 10. And I sense that we're all getting really hungry for Thanksgiving dinner, just having these conversations. I know I am. And on our menu, we are featuring roasted herb chicken, which we use our commodity chicken to create that dish. And then we also did a whole wheat stuffing, and we used herbs and kale grown by our students in our schools. And then we also had a fresh baked cornbread and a sage butternut squash and apple hash for National Apple Day. And we have a Georgia native on our team. So it is the Georgia harvest of the month is squash this month. And then of course we have our cold milk on the side.
Great. Okay. So I know we're all hungry. These all sound wonderful, and it's going to be extremely difficult to vote. I can go through them real quick and just show the slides if that's helpful. And then Josie will load our poll and we can vote on which one. I won't, oh, it's popped up. So you should be able to go ahead and vote on which menu is your favorite. Okay, I think you should be all seeing our results on the screen. So it looks like Triple S, our harvest customizable harvest bowl, is the winner. Next was a tie for second, and third was the Korean chicken and roasted butternut squash with ancient grains, and the Fantastic Four creamy butternut squash mac and cheese, please. So they all sound fantastic. Our team Triple S, if you will send your email addresses or send an email to Josie, then you can coordinate receiving your prize, which is one of the Y-shaped peelers that Chef Andy shared in his demonstration. So we also wanted to just really briefly talk about resources. We wanted to give an opportunity to share what are your favorite resources for finding school recipes and being able to develop school related recipes. And then we also wanted you to encourage you to send your school recipes and resources to eatwellatSchool@gmail.com. And Dale will be compiling these to post on Tips for School Meals That Rock under the resource page. So of course, to be posted there, they do need to be school nutrition specific, but we're looking forward to having you guys share that and having that partnership with Tips for School Meals That Rock. We also want to encourage you, if you're not, to follow us, follow SNS on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And we'll be sharing some of the photos that Josie took today of our groups and maybe some of our recipe or menus there as well. So definitely follow and check those out. And then I also wanted you all to save the date. Our first webinar is going to be November 5th at 2 p.m. Eastern. It's on training in our new virtual world. It'll provide resources, tips, and solutions for school nutrition programs. And Laura Thomas will be presenting. So look for more information to come out very soon. And I'm going to turn it over to Josie to close us out.
I was trying to get all those emails for those winners. First, I just want to say thank you everyone for joining today. I know it's been a crazy busy week. FNCE, I mean, it hasn't let down since COVID started, I'm sure, but we really appreciate you taking the time to join us today. We really love seeing everyone, and we can't be face to face, but this was the next best thing. So on that note, thank you to the group, the committee, the facilitators today. It took everyone a big team effort. So I really appreciate everyone jumping on. And in the interest of learning, I'm going to share one last poll for you. If you would kindly respond, and we'll stay on for a couple minutes if anyone has any questions about the DPG, about getting involved, or anything about school nutrition. We really appreciate it and look forward to seeing those school recipes that you might have to share with the group. Thanks so much and have a great day.
A big thanks to Josie. She has been enthusiastic in planning all aspects of it, and really our leader in terms of zooming into this year, and she is the chair-elect for the DPG. So it's wonderful to have that kind of leadership moving forward. Thanks, Josie. I thought this was a lot of fun.
So great. Thank you, Dale.
Absolutely
I thought
wonderful.
it was great too. Thanks, everybody.